Because narcissistic personalities have very fragile egos, it doesn't take a lot to become a person that they find threatening. But the question is, what type of people they typically find the most threatening? It's good to reflect that they either see people as, I can use you, you can be of function to me, you can execute my agenda, you can enable my behaviors, you can admire me, validate me, fill the blank, you can be a supply or a use to me, or you're going to get in the way of my image, you're going to trigger my vulnerabilities, and that's the thing that narcissists cannot stand. And people that do that a lot are out-of-box thinkers, because out-of-box thinkers don't want to be in the box, and narcissist wants you to be in the box. They can control the box is contained. And out-of-box thinkers, independent thinkers, are constantly questioning things and are interested in truth. And that's not what narcissists are interested in. They're interested in maintaining that image. So independent out-of-box thinkers are people that narcissists will find very threatening. I was once removed from my position at work because I was constantly questioning the leader, where he wanted to have a yes person. So he promoted the person that was a yes person, and my access was slowly removed. The other thing too is that narcissists will say they want people to keep them accountable when they really don't. They just say that because it sounds good. And if you reflect on it, they never want people to keep them accountable. They want yes people. They want people that will be in the box. The second type of people that they cannot stand are people that are assertive. Assertiveness means that you have boundaries. You are owning your yes. You are owning your no. The boundaries are also getting in the way of narcissistic agenda. Boundaries means that they cannot manipulate you easily. And if you are uncontrollable, they have to control how other people will see you, and that's where they will frame you as difficult, as dramatic, as too much. This is why if you're someone that's working on your boundaries, you will start losing some people, because people will not really like your boundaries, and especially people who are narcissists or enablers of narcissists will definitely not like your boundaries. Your social circles may get smaller, and if you reflect back on a lot of narcissistic relationships, they often started because you didn't really have boundaries. Narcissists will say that they like people that go with the flow, but the flow means it's their flow that they want you to go with, not your flow. The third category is empathy when it's not serving them. They'll manipulate with empathy when you are their closest supply, and they'll use your empathy against you. What's kind of fascinating is that they'll find empathy attractive at the beginning, because again, it can fall into the category, it can serve me, it can actually serve me a function. But when the empathy is served into, oh, I'm trying to understand you, I'm actually questioning because I want to understand who you are, that will be extremely triggering to them, because they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to actually tell you who they are, because who they are is something that triggers their shame, and they do everything they can to avoid that. So your empathy gets in the way when it triggers their shame, or if empathy is serving others and they only want you for themselves. So they'll try to use your empathy against you by gaslighting you, framing you to be overly sensitive, reactive, and weak. And the truth is opposite. You are a lot stronger than them, and they're the ones that are weak. And they don't want you to know that, of course. And the fourth category, I think, are anyone that looks like they are better than them, that they think are doing better than them. They can be triggering to them because they're extremely jealous and insecure. They see everything as winning or losing. They are not collaborative at all. It's so interesting that a lot of organizations, talk about collaboration. It's usually something that's seen as really valuable. It typically is win-win situation that require the compromise and vulnerability, which is something that narcissists cannot stand. They'll pretend that they're team players when others are watching. And as I said at the beginning, it doesn't take a lot. Anyone can get on their bad side as long as you cross one of the lines, and that line can depend on the day and their mood. So when you are dealing with them, it's always important to keep in mind that it is not you. It is really them and their insecure and fragile ego and the constant maintenance of getting the sense of self from external world, which is extremely fragile. Let me know what you think about this and what has been your experience in the type of personalities that you find are very threatening to narcissists. As always, hit like, share, subscribe, and follow me for more content like this.